Morning. So Chief, I remember one of the first interview you did with Fox News. I remember you say one of your priorities is to increase the morale within the LAPD. You say that I think you said LAPD morale is like historically low, and you want to increase that. I agree with that 100%. I support that. However, I want to make sure that you are also aware. I feel the member of the public, they also have a more low morale. So in the member of the public, sometimes I interact with my neighbors, they love the message, oh, I'm not gonna call the outing, we waste our time, they don't do anything. Sometimes their car, let's just say they have they get a flat tire at the moment they wake up in the morning, they got a window, their mirror got smashed, and I say, why didn't you file a police report with LAPD? And then the morale of the public. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. It's a waste of time. They don't do anything. So I support you to increase the officer morale, so officer trust you, come to you asking for support. But I also wish that let's make member of the public have more morale, so everybody come forward and report the crime because otherwise tomorrow I got to be out on the metro train. I'm not gonna file a police report. They don't do anything. That's pretty bad. So increase the officer morale at the same time increase the public morale. So number one. Second is a small feedback for the metro, the transit metro officer on the LAPD metro. I was detained approximately 15 minutes. They need a tag card checkpoint or something like that. They check everybody to have a tag card. For me, I'm a student. My student ID is my tag card. My tag card is my student ID. So it's only one card usually. And then the officer seems like it's very unknowledgeable that when they ask me, what's your tag card? Which I don't have because my student ID is my tag card. So it takes them 15 minutes to figure it out. And then it's not a pleasant conversation. I wish, in the future, instead of telling me, I don't need your student ID, I need your tag card now. I wish, we can have a professional, easier, more peaceful, more courteous conversation other than just yelling, I don't need your ID, I need your tag card now. Something like that. So, just be aware, certain college universities, their student ID, tag card, school card in one system. Let's make sure everybody understand that because I'm not gonna file a complaint, email the chief, email the cabinet. I'm not gonna do any of that. But I do feel there are some certain knowledge and experience, and professionalism can be improved, provide better services on LED metro train, metro bus.
Andrew Graver. The next speaker is Audit Ali.
Good morning. I want to talk about two things. First, there was yet another swatting of anti-Scientology peaceful protesters, people who are concerned about the human trafficking, senior and child abusing cult of Scientology. They are peaceful, but yet they keep getting swatted at gunpoint. This time it was the one person who's been here before who's been swatted, I think 7 times, 8 times now, gun pointed to his head, and a 17-year-old youth. They were not even there, but they get swatted because anytime they're seen, they're on TV, on streaming, whatever, they get swatted. We know that Scientology or their people, their affiliates, whatever, have a lot to do with it. And we've been begging for help to get to the bottom of it. I am just so glad that today that the chief's report didn't include a 17-year-old minor reaching for his phone to call his mom didn't get shot because an officer, thinking that he's reaching for a gun. That could have been the story today. That could have been on the chief's list because no one's doing anything to find who is calling on people. I know Scientology doesn't want to be protested. I know Scientology comes to you like Janet Wieland and all these, people there on their CPAPs. They shouldn't be on your CPAPs telling you that the protesters are dangerous and we're criminals and violent. It is a lie. All the violence is coming from the other side, and it's not fair. And they have all this power, they have all this money, and all we have is our voices. And I also want to mention another person who, would love to have been here today but can't. She called the police and they treated her so poorly because she was protesting there. Okay, now this is somebody who was raised, trafficked and raised and abused by this cult, sexually abused in every manner, left, and now she can't even say hi to her parents because they're in it, and and they're not allowed to talk to her. They have to disconnect. Okay, and she called for help, and the police, because they're so poisoned, your minds are so poisoned, because all you have is Janet Wieland on your CPAPs telling you about how horrible we are, and then so they're treated horribly. She was in tears because somebody slashed the 4 tires of her van, and she was treated horribly. This is a victim on 2 different levels, of the cult and of the cult, because they're the ones slashing the tires. These are not random people coming and slashing the tires of a protester. These are not random people calling swattings on 17-year-old kids. It's, these are people who are either Scientology, and we've heard their voices. It's Scientology doing it, or people affiliated, because they also hire people to fair game people. I'm being fair gamed. Every other protester is being fair gamed. And I'm like, I push through any fear because, I'm not going to let them shut me up just because, they want me to go away. But I'm going to keep coming here and begging, and I'm asking the chief and the commissioner, I'm trying to get a meeting, because the woman who had her tire slashed, who was mistreated, wants to speak to you guys. I want you to talk to real victims of Scientology.
Morning, I'm Stephen Paul Items. So first off, let's just be clear. You guys shot 2 innocent people. They were victims of a crime. You guys showed up and shot. Let's make that clear. All right? You can use all your Orwellian talk. That's what happened. I digress. So you guys are having a terrible time recruiting. If I heard correctly, your staffing is about 8,700. And I was at the CPAP meeting in Hollywood a few weeks ago. And the captain there was blaming their recruiting problems on the media. It's the media's fault. It's the media's fault. And they hired this dinosaur to fix it. And let me tell you something, your problem has nothing to do with the media. You can blame it as much as you want. Half of the population, 52% of the population are women, but 20-something% of the LAPD are women. You have a woman problem. And why do you have, so I'm not here to try to help you guys out, but let's go over why you are having these staffing levels. The way your department abuses women. The women in your department come to me and ask for help. Why are they coming to me? It's not my job, it's your job. Now we have this guy in the mission division. His name's Philip Ruiz. And you guys, a lady came to the LAPD and said, this guy is abusing me. Pulled me off the hair, by the hair off the bed, and by my arm. And when I broke up with him, he stalked me. And he broke into my job and went through my Rolodex to get information. And then when I went out with my new boyfriend, he followed us to the venue. When I went to the bathroom, he pulled me to the side and he grabbed me by my crotch. That's a crime. That's a crime. And what did the LAPD do? The LAPD investigated it. They kept him on the force, even though I found new documents last week that he had been suspended before for abusing the same woman. So LAPD said, we are not going to fire him because since it happened against the same woman, it doesn't constitute a pattern. That's you guys. And so you wonder why women do not want to join the LAPD. Then you have Lillian Granda. She went to the chief, the last chief, and said, you know what, I'm being sexually harassed. And he said, I'm not going to speak out against it. Why? Because I don't want it going viral. And then she went to court, won $4 million because of that. $4 million. We paid $11 million in settlements since 2019 because of these issues. I filed a complaint against Chief Moore. And what did these guys do in the commission? They said it was unfounded. We went to court, we had to pay money because of him, and they said it's unfounded. And it's enough. They don't hold the cops accountable. We can hold them accountable. All these people work in the private sector, call their boards, call their contractors and their clients, and you ask them if this is what you expect of the people who hold the cops accountable.
Thank you.
Good day. Shame on all of you. All of you.
I wish that all the officers remain safe and the entire public be safe. I'm going to start with a prayer and a pledge. This prayer is a St. Michael prayer. the patron saint of police officers. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Hero protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust into hell.
Sir, your comments are off topic. Please speak to items on the agenda. or items on the board.
You're interrupting a prayer for police officer safety.
Sir, in front of our police commissioners meeting, and we have an agenda, you can speak to agenda items, or items.
That is my public comment, sir. Am I not allowed to pray during public comment for police officers? Saint Michael is the patron saint of police officers.
I thought it was good.
I think that is on topic and relevant, especially beginning of the new year. So, thank you for interrupting my prayer. May I say the pledge of allegiance, or is that off topic also?
Reagan's there.
What is on topic is you should be doing your job. And there have been many times when I've seen people interrupt the meeting and you do not do your job, President Southers, I'm talking to you. And you have the gall to interrupt me while I'm saying a prayer for police officers safety in the beginning of the new year.
All items. Okay, so first I want to start by giving a bit more context to what audit they were saying about that other day. Not only were her tires slashed, all of her locks on her van were filled with some type of glue, making it impossible to even get into her vehicle. Also, it was in front of her house. She had walked to the blue building of Scientology to protest, and meanwhile, while she was protesting, they decided to do this to her at her house as probably a way to be like, look, we know where you live. It's intimidation, all that stuff. She called the police, and it took several hours before she called them back, and she was told that they already came by, even though her and other people were outside waiting, and they did not come by. And I don't know if they ever did show up, but they kept saying, we can't send an officer out, we can't send an officer out for vandalism. That wasn't vandalism. That's like intimidation, and I don't know the technical terms, but that's totally above vandalism. Also about the swatting situation. Okay, you talked about all these people that were killed. Well, like Audis said, a 17-year-old boy could have been killed on Thursday in, I think, Olympic division. He was scared to death. I heard him panicking. He had a phone on his lap, and he kept telling them that he's a minor. He kept asking me if he could take the phone off his lap. And we all know what would have happened if he would have reached for that phone. And these, I don't know if it's Scientology or who it is, but whoever's doing this to the protesters of Scientology, they need to be looked into. Detective Gomez needs to be taken off this case, and I hope that you can put someone on this case that is not biased on either side to look at this, because I don't trust that she's actually doing her job. But the SWATs need to be taken care of. You need to look into them or pass them on to the FBI. Do something, because a 17-year-old almost died for no reason. And that's not the first time that he had a gun pointed at his head. I yield my time.
Great job.
Next speaker, Hassan Khan.
I hope you give me the extra minute talk today, 2 minutes, and very important. Okay, and good morning, Police Chief, and everybody here. And today, January 7, 2025, I'm talking about the election President Donald Trump. The job for President United States of America to protect USA and all American people right and safety. When Mr. Donald Trump become the President United States of America with the Chief Judge Supreme Court John Roberts, Donald Trump put one hand on the Holy Bible and another hand he raised up. He swear, liar, very seriously to God and all American people. Donald Trump protect big worldwide corporation, corrupt system, control USA. They benefit for Donald Trump and they support Donald Trump. Donald Trump running for president. His money doesn't care. All American people rich or poor.
Sir, this subject is off topic, it's not an act.
I know, but it's very important to safety for all American people. I understand that.
Please address the issue that's not a topic that we can.
Thank you. I'm okay talking about. Okay. So this system broken, they doing all kind of dumb and wrong to lie, danger to all American people, killing American people everywhere, killing veteran, US military, we are a victim. They kill American people.
Sir, this is not a topic that can be addressed by the board.
Okay, thank you. So I hope he will stop for president and good for all American people and safety for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job.
That is kill American people in jail, mental hospital every day.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
Thank you.
I'd like to start by expressing my surprisement on the decision to outsource the investigation of the dozens of swatting incidents targeting protesters of the cult of Scientology, particularly those involving the person going by pseudonym DOA. It is refreshing to see the issue finally receive the attention it deserves, though apparently not from LAPD itself. It's unfortunate that 2 days ago, while DOA was in Washington, yet another swatting incident occurred, once again endangering lives and wasting precious resources. Now, the case has been elevated to the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Office Department's Office of Intelligence. Perhaps we should be grateful. After all, it seems resolving this serious and ongoing criminality is beyond the LAPD's reach. But let me ask this. How is it that a city the size of Los Angeles, with all its resources, is unwilling to address what has now become a matter of national security? The people targeted by these swatting incidents deserve to feel safe, and they deserve to know their local law enforcement has their back. Instead, you've allowed this issue to escalate to federal agencies, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and a continuous threat to the community. So while I acknowledge the commendable work being done by Homeland Security and the Office of Intelligence, I have to ask, when will LAPD start doing its job? When will you take the action to protect innocent people from being terrorized? Or is outsourcing solutions now the standard operating procedure for issues you'd rather avoid? That's all.
Next speaker, Hamid Khan.
Great job, Miriam. Yes, it was mentioned, Gina.
So, Eric, Southers just now silenced the previous speaker saying that the subject was off topic. And it makes you wonder that what the fuck is on topic? Because how many years we've been coming here for the last 20 years and we've been bringing them facts and figures and everything that that this is how people are targeted. This is what Operation Laser does. This is what Fred Pohl's fuckery is. This is what suspicious activity reporting has done. What topic? What topic should have an impact? What do you do about it? Is there any answer? Is there any answer? Because somebody comes up here and talks about something and you say you're off topic. Well, what else do you want to hear? Because you're doing nothing. You're just a rubber stamp body and a shock absorber for the system. And that's what we're going to do. Keep on exposing and disrupting.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a happy bad year. Yes, that's right. So we're doing a little bit of an expose. It appears Russia got a big award in the Attorneys of the Year in 2024. Apparently represents some clients involving an antitrust violation. Ever right? Is that what you did? See, she works for a big law firm. Apparently. Takes great credit and great pleasure, but the way that I see it, Russia, I'm just wondering if there were any, you want to cover any crimes or are you covering that up by attorney-client privilege? So your client had to pay $50 million to settle it. You see, when you buy gas in California, the price gets too big. Russia gets bad guys. Right, Russia? So you should take credit. Let's give her a hand. So as you see, one compromise and 3 more to go, right? Now, the reason that Jim's numbers are down on burglaries, yes, I witnessed a burglary of a vehicle at 844 South Newman Street Thursday night. And I called the police department. An hour and 14 minutes on hold, Jim. They wouldn't come out and take a report because I am a hot and they don't drive. I'm not the owner of the vehicle. Even though the burglar is homeless down the street, they've burglarized 7 other vehicles in the area in the last 64 days. And also the assailant left his cell phone in the backseat, Jim. But your officers wouldn't come out and retrieve the evidence to make the arrest. So you see, Russia, that's why his statistics are so much lower, because they put you on hold for non-emergency services. 877 Ask LAPD, Russia, takes an average of 45 minutes to an hour and 17 minutes just to get the officer on hold. So most people hate Russia. And that's why those crimes don't get reported. That's why they're down, because it's done by design. Right, Your Honor, over there, the judge, isn't that conspiracy under color of authority, Your Honor? See, that's the problem. I told Jim McDonald, by the way, take this job that you'd be spending all that time covering up those dirty crimes, Jim. You're covering up, Jim. So we will say a prayer for Jim McDonald to come back to the side of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, go to the FBI, turn over all those files, Jim, and ask for retirement in the Brock payment. And you will be the biggest whistleblower in American history. Thank you.
And from the speaker.
Audit LA, all items, public comment.
Thank you. 3 minutes for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Let us know which item you do. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first I'd like to start with my public comment. I want to remind Bob, huh?
Oh, so you have to start with the items like everyone else, then you bring your general public comment again. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brain works differently. I like to do it the other way around. As far as, okay, all the HOCLA stuff, I'm all for helping the unhoused, but you guys don't have it together, right? So I don't know what you're doing, but you need to do a better job, especially with this windstorm coming. I hope you're helping the unhoused. As far as the taxi commission person, you know, I'm not for or against. It's just what I'm concerned about. And shout out to Smoke and Scan. Maybe they can agree. They'll all agree with me there that you guys just are not, you don't have your act together with anything. Cause like, you know, Bob owes me an apology. Miss, she owes me an apology. You know who you are. Okay. Except for Mr. McCosker. He's the only one who's, who knows what he's doing. He's the only one I trust at this point. Right. So this is about the taxi commission guy. Okay. So I trust if Mr. McCosker says that this guy is good, then I trust it. But if he doesn't, so, it's up to what Mr. McCosker says. If he says he's good, I trust him. But everyone else, I don't trust you yet. Because you've been failing us over and over and over again. As far as all these lawsuits, how many lawsuits is it going to take?
So the closed session items were already voted on and public hearing is already held via live. Again, please stick to the agenda item.
Okay, so,
Move to general.
okay, I'll move to general.
1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Okay, Bob, and I don't, see, Mr. McCosker, I know his name is Bob too, right? But we call him Mr. McCosker because he has my respect. But Bob, where are you? You owe me an apology for trying to violate my rights. And man, and where's the other one? Miss Rahman, you owe me an apology too. Don't forget it. I haven't forgotten it. I saw you on TV. No, Miss Padilla gave me, no, she's good. She's a shining star in the making. She's not Mr. McCosker level yet, but with Smoke and Scan, watching all your shenanigans, she's doing good. But Miss Yeah, but anyway, so I'm here to, where's Hugo? You are failing us miserably. I am bringing you a Scientology billion-year contract because even it's the new year, you cannot get the 251 non-ADA compliant planters removed. Because why? Are you a Scientologist? I'm convinced you are at this point. Or are you just ineffective at what you do? Mr. McCosker would have had it removed a long time ago. Thank you.